Welcome back, I'm Holly and you're watching 𝐊𝐶 TV. This is the news beyond the markets, a special show giving you all the news that matters to keep you up to date on the latest and greatest at home and around the globe. First up on the show is an update coming in on the spread of the coronavirus cases. Concerning news for NSW. A government minister from the New South Wales has tested positive and the state's health minister has moved into self-isolation. Authorities of Australia's most populous state, New South Wales, have warned of more COVID-19 cases on Thursday. The state's Agriculture Minister, Adam Marshall, said in a statement that he had tested positive, raising worries of a virus spread in the state. State Parliament. The Hazard said he had been directed to self-isolate after he was deemed to be a possible close contact of a positive case, and health officials were conducting more tests. New South Wales is fighting to contain this fresh outbreak of the highly contagious Delta virus variant in Sunday, where cases have swelled to more than 30 in a week. Authorities imposed mandatory masks in all indoor locations. That includes offices and tightened curbs on movement and gatherings for a week from Wednesday. Health officials have said the transmission of the Delta variant could be happening, even though minimal contact with the infected persons. Sydney, home to a fifth of Australia's 25 million population, have been effectively isolated from the rest of the country after some states slammed their borders shut while others introduced tough border rules. Snap lockdowns, tough social distancing rules and swift contact tracing have helped Australia to successfully suppress past outbreaks. But New South Wales officials have so far resisted calls for a hard lockdown in the state. Australia has reported just under 30,400 cases and 910 deaths since the pandemic began. Meanwhile, the country's most populous state, New South Wales, reported 18 new locally acquired cases of COVID-19 as officials fight to stem the outbreak. Thursday's data includes 13 local cases already announced on Wednesday after the daily cutoff deadline. And moving on to Victoria, Vic's acting Premier James Merlino said a case from the Sydney outbreak has been detected in Melbourne and is isolating. The Victoria government said it was extending New South Wales restrictions to Greater Sydney and Wollongong. Mr. Merlino said Victoria was joining Queensland in banning people from Greater Sydney and Wollongong from entering the state. Now moving on from the coronavirus updates to news that matters from the investment maestro Warren Buffett. Buffett has announced that he will donate $4.1 billion worth of Berkshire Hathaway shares to 5 foundations, and that he will resign at the Trustee to Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This year's donation marked the halfway point for Buffett. The Oracle of Omaha pledged to give away all of his Berkshire shares through annual gifts to Bill and Melinda Gates' foundation. Susan Thompson Buffett Foundation, Sherwood Foundation, Howard G. Buffett Foundation, and Novo Foundation in 2006. Back then, Buffett owned 474,998 Berkshire shares. He said that now he owns 238,624 shares worth about $100 billion. Warren Buffett said that he had been a trustee, though an inactive one, in the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He's resigning from that post just as he has done at all corporate boards other than Berkshire's. He further added that the CEO of BMG is Mark Sussman, who is an outstanding recent selection and has his full support. Buffett believes that his goals are 100% in sync with those of the foundation, and his physical participation is in no way needed to achieve those goals. And now it is time for a small break, but stay tuned and I'll be back with more trending news in the News Beyond the Markets.
This is Andy Liu broadcasting from 𝐊𝐿𝐴𝐚 Media Studio in Australia, and I'll be hosting the new 𝐊𝐿𝐴𝐚 Wellness Show. The half-hour show will cover topics from how wellness as a concept has become even more significant during COVID, to how becoming vegan may improve your health, and much more. We are excited to showcase our live streaming show to our audience of millions overseas and in Australia. Tune in to 𝐊𝐿𝐴𝐚 TV and join me.
Welcome back from the break. Let's now have a look at more on the UK's trade deal. Did you miss the UK's first post-Brexit trade deal with Australia? If so, it is time for a sneak peek at the new accord and to learn why it is so significant for Australia. Recently, the UK and Australia have signed a free trade deal. Many believe that the deal is ambitious and comprehensive for both countries, as it aims to strengthen Britain's trade relations with other countries post-Brexit. Starting off with a little history, Britain is Australia's 8th largest trading partner, and Australia is Britain's 20th largest. Britain and Australia used to be exclusive trading partners before 1973, when Britain joined the European Union. The recent bilateral trade agreement is significant for Australia as much as it is for the UK. Negotiations for the deal were going on for a year. The deal aims at eliminating all tariffs between Australia and the UK, and additionally, the UK has also applied to be a member of the Trans-Pacific Trading Bloc. The new accord also brings competition to China, as it may present an economic counterweight to China's influence within the Trans-Pacific trade. As per the deal, Australian wine will now be allowed to enter duty-free in Britain. The deal is expected to promote Australian agriculture as well. 𝐾𝐈's Scotch whisky and confectionery would be cheaper to export to Australia, as the deal removes Australia's 5% tariff on the said items. Moreover, Britons under 35 would now be able to visit Australia easily for jobs, education and business purposes. Now, how will Britain benefit from the deal? The British government considers this deal as a stepping stone for Britain's post-Brexit strategy. The government is aiming to shift its trade relations from the European Union to Indo-Pacific regions. The main economic benefit for the country is that the no-tariff deal would facilitate Britain to export its financial, legal and professional services to Australia. In addition to that, the deal removes tariffs on all British goods, which opens opportunities for services providers and tech firms, making it a liberalising one. The cherry on the cake is the fact that people can now travel and work together in a more amicable manner. Lastly, let me take you through why the deal is beneficial for Australia as well. According to the Australian Minister for Trade, David Littleproud, Australian farmers are likely to benefit from the deal. Specifically, the meat and wine industries would be on the top of the wins. This is the reason why both the industries are welcomed the deal well. The agreement is a ray of hope for Australia's wine industry after China closed its markets and imposed prohibitive tariffs on the country. The chief executive of the Australian Meat Industry Council, Patrick Hutchinson, believes that the deal brings a great opportunity for the Australian red meat industry. While the deal is economically beneficial, it is a good move politically and symbolically as well. The UK and Australia seem to be opening up to each other, which is a prelude to the general campaign of opening up around the world. Therefore, the trade accord aims at rebuilding Australia and the UK's trade relationships, like they used to be in 1973. The deal also promotes bilateral trade relationships and highlights the significance of European countries partnering with non-European ones. And now it is time for another small break, but stay tuned.
Tune in to get the latest information.
Whether it's about market movements or the currency graph,
Sectoral coverage or industry news.
we cover it all on our news segments.
Be on top of the latest news
With 𝐾𝐿𝐼𝐴 TV. Hello and welcome back to the news beyond the markets. For the last news that matters of the day, Australian liquor and hotel company Endeavour Group made its debut on Thursday, fetching a valuation of close to $8.33 billion. This is 2 years after grocer Woolworths Group Limited set into motion plans for a demerger. Endeavour's shares opened at 6.50 Australian dollars and was trading at around $6 half an hour later. This makes the company that operates more than 1,600 liquor stores and 330 hotels nationally valuations at around 10.85 billion Australian dollars. Woolworths, the country's largest supermarket chain, in 2019 announced plans to merge ALH Group, its hotel arm, with its drinks business to form Endeavour Group, with plans to eventually spin off the company in 2020. The plans were delayed, however, by the pandemic, which saw stay-at-home orders across Australia hammer retail outlets, with Endeavour's hotel businesses also getting hit. Meanwhile, Woolworths shares fell 15.4% on Thursday after the split. The company's shareholders got one Endeavour share for each they already own in the former parent. For shareholders, Endeavour plans to pay dividends based on a payout ratio between 70 and 75% of profit. Well, that is all for now. It is time once again to wrap up, but thank you for tuning in to 𝐾𝐿𝐼𝐴 TV and stay with us as we bring you the latest news and trending market updates live from Sydney.